Chiara is a film student, passionate about video production and with a growing interest in innovative technologies. Determined to explore how artificial intelligence can transform the creative process, she chose to get help from her LLM. Using the Smart Learning Design method in this MOOC was a simplification process. It allowed us to organize and structure learning into events such as exploration, re-elaboration. Do you remember Sophia and the scientific writing course where she had to carefully rework her notes, and then application, production, discussion and analysis? The little robot reminds you of Jan and the discussion about AI alignment, doesn't it? And then we had consolidation and metacognition. It was a useful simplification. Daria, Valeria, Elia, Mattia. They allowed us in this MOOC to provide a clear structure and accessible guidance to enhance your learning journey by exploring each learning event individually. This breakdown helps ensure that all the fundamental stages of the learning process are covered, but it represents only a starting point. Once you understand how each of these learning events works, you can unlock the next level. Where is it built? A personalized path that arranges the events according to a more complex flow and logic. And here we can draw on the many pedagogical frameworks of great interest, developed by educators who have studied, designed and processed the ways in which our learning develops. One particularly interesting example is the so-called Kolb's cycle. David Kolb is an American psychologist known for his contribution to experiential learning theory, an approach that views learning as a continuous process based precisely on direct experience. Kolb's cycle describes learning as a sequence of 4 main phases. Concrete experience, which is the starting point, where the individual undergoes a real and engaging experience. Next comes reflective observation. The experience is analyzed, and reflection is carried out to identify the connections between actions and the results obtained. Then comes abstract conceptualization. The observations lead to the formulation of concepts or theories that explain what happened. And finally, we arrive at active experimentation. The new concepts are put into practice, testing hypotheses and generating new experiences. This cycle is circular and iterative, emphasizing that learning is not a static event, but a dynamic process that involves continuous movement between theory and practice. Kolb's model has found wide application in educational and training contexts because it promotes a learner-centered approach and stimulates critical and creative thinking. First of all, Chiara needs to clarify her learning objective. She decides to get help from her LLM and sets it up. She wants to be able to design and produce a short science communication video using artificial intelligence. To plan her learning, Chiara decides to follow Kolb's cycle. Her goal is clear: to be able to design and produce a short science communication video using artificial intelligence. As Kolb suggests, Chiara begins by immersing herself in a real and concrete experience. She decides to ask her LLM for professional examples of videos made with artificial intelligence so she can watch them carefully. The LLM responds with a selection of professional video cases generated with AI. A video showing a figure made of water walking through an art gallery, interacting with the surrounding environment. A video portraying a little girl running along a beach at sunset with fluid movements and realistic details. An impressive video showing a snake moving among the vines and roots of a forest with extremely lifelike details and movements. An animation featuring a fluffy monster similar to characters from Pixar films with very natural fur and precise candlelight reflections. A creative video depicting a bicycle race over the ocean with various animals as participants. Thanks to these examples, Chiara comes into direct contact with the potential of AI in video production. According to Kolb, after having a concrete experience, it is essential to reflect on it in order to analyze the details and fully understand it. Chiara therefore asks her LLM a new question. Can you help me compare these videos and reflect on the advantages and disadvantages of AI? The LLM responds by analyzing advantages such as speed. Indeed, AI accelerates creative processes, for example. Videos like the figure of water and snake in the forest would require weeks of manual work, while AI creates them in a few days. but also disadvantages, such as certain limitations in quality, in complex contexts, like the shadows in the video of the girl running on the beach. The results can be less realistic compared to traditional techniques. Chiara continues to reflect, asking, but which tools were used in the different cases and why? The LLM explains that there are tools more commonly used for realistic videos, such as the water figure, thanks to advanced deep learning models, and tools better suited for more natural videos, like the girl running on the beach, due to their ability to handle human movement. Continuing with questions of this kind, Chiara understands the implications of what she has seen, and her curiosity in artificial intelligence grows. She begins the third phase of Kolb's cycle, the one that encourages drawing general concepts and principles from the observed data by delving into the theoretical background. Chiara then asks her LLM what the basic principles are for using AI in video production, and more details. The LLM responds by providing a list: automated editing. It analyzes raw footage to identify the best sequences, synchronize visual and audio elements, generate content, create realistic scenarios and characters, apply advanced visual effects, perform color correction, stabilization, and quality enhancement, and so on. To complete the abstract conceptualization phase, Chiara asks her LLM, "Can you point me to useful resources such as online courses, manuals, tutorials?" The LLM responds by providing a series of useful resources, including free online courses and manuals. Finally, according to Kolb, learning is completed through active experimentation. Chiara decides to apply what she has learned and asks her LLM, "Can you help me plan an exercise to check if I've achieved my goal?" The LLM suggests an exercise structured in phases, each with its own output. For example, defining the specific objective of the video. The topic proposed by the LLM is how the water cycle works. Target audience: high school students. Key message: water is life. Now Chiara will need to produce a document as output, clearly outlining the title, the audience, and the key message. Then the LLM suggests continuing with the content planning phase and all the subsequent phases. Chiara develops the plan for her video and then the video itself, following the steps outlined in the exercise. Following Kolb's cycle, Chiara explored, reflected, conceptualized, and finally put into practice what she had learned. She designed and produced a video that communicates a scientific message in a clear and engaging way. This experience allowed her to discover the potential of artificial intelligence. And also that although AI is a powerful tool, the human touch remains essential. Integrating a learning path, as Chiara did, is by no means simple. But why not give it a try? The entire journey through this MOOC is designed to help you develop your power to learn, so that you can have the tools to achieve any goal you set for yourself, even the most challenging ones.